Here we are at Book Expo America 2012 in New York City. I'm Kristen White. I'm your host of Bestselling Celebrity Author TV. And I'm here with Kim Krueger and her friend, Juna. So we're here to talk about your book. Tell me about your book.
They are middle grade fantasy books, but we really have an all ages crowd that reads them, from 8 to 80, lots of ages in between. They are about these guys who are Tragans. Tragans are mystical creatures of the forest, and this is exactly the size that they are, which is why we don't see very much of them. They look a little scary to some, but they're really kind and gentle creatures, which is a message in the book.
Let's get a little shot of the... And now what is this one's name?
His name is Juna, and he's a little bit feisty. He wants to throw that acorn at somebody. I keep telling him, don't you dare throw that acorn. But he has a sister, and in the first book, he and his sister meet a human boy in the forest, and it's about their friendship, their adventures, and why they were meant to come together. I do have curriculums online for both books that teachers can download for free if they'd like to use the books in the classroom. They have good messages of friendship, conservation, and believing in yourself. And
so tell me a little bit, how many books are in this series?
we're planning for 5. We have 2 completed, and our 3rd one is in the works. The first one takes place in Illinois. The second one takes our main characters to California. And our 3rd one is actually going to take place in New York City. So we didn't realize that Tragans were in urban settings, but we were out Monday, and they're here.
Oh, you found one of these in New York City?
Yes, there's 3 clans of them, one in Central Park, one in Times Square, and then we haven't found the 3rd clan yet, so we're going back out.
What an exciting adventure. So tell me a little bit about you. What inspired you to write this book series?
A friend of mine, who was my neighbor at the time, I always tell people, get to know your neighbors, created a couple of these sculptures. My husband saw them and said, you need to look at these. And we just stood over the fence in the backyard and talked about who they were and where they live and why they're here and what they could become. And so I said that I would write the books, and 10 years later I finished the first one because life gets in the way and you have kids and you move and you work, and so I got this one done in 2009, and then we published the 2nd one in August of 2011.
So share with us what some of your readers say that they love so much about these books.
The biggest thing I hear is that it brings you back to imagining that our world is so filled with technology today and video games and everything else that it takes you, after you read the book, you want to go outside and you want to find them, and you want to, so it brings kids back to looking under the bushes and finding Tragans. And I have an 21-year-old, 12-year-old, and a 10-year-old, and my girls grew up with them, so they are sure that they are out there. We have sightings on our YouTube thing, so you can see where they've caught them on film. Our fans, our friends, they come back and they tell us where they've seen them. We do contests, we work with the kids. It's about it being inspired by the natural world around us.
Yes, so one of your themes is to remind people about the power and the beauty of the natural world.
Absolutely, absolutely, and the power of each of us as individuals and what we can accomplish if we put our hearts and our minds into the thing that we are passionate about. And so whether it's writing, reading, dancing, sculpting, whatever it is, just follow your dreams and try, because nothing will happen if you don't,
So take a moment, show us both of the covers. I'll hold him. Stay put.
This is the Sunbow Prophecy. This is the first book in the series, and Dino actually, I kind of gave him the idea for it, and he created the book. This is Karia, Juna's sister, and this book reminds me of Earth. This book, The Ember Rune, takes place in California and reminds me of fire. So earth, fire, the one in New York will be air, and then we will do one that will be the element of water, and then our 5th book will either tie everything together or who knows where it could go. But I'll show you a funny picture real quick if we got just a minute. People always say, how do you get a Tragan to California? And this is how you get a Tragan to California. You smuggle them in your suitcase. You just got to hope that they stay put.
Would you like to go in a suitcase?
Yes, I would.
All right, Kim. Well, thanks so much for being here with us at Book Expo America. And where can people find these books?
They can find them, they can request them in their bookstores, request them at your libraries. You can go to our website at worldoftrigonia.com and you can see pictures of the sculptures and buy the books and other items too.
Thank you so much for being here with us in New York.
Thank you so much.
And good luck on your hunt.
Yes, we will.